What's up, guys? My name is LaRocca. I just put out this song called Laundry Day. I just wanted to pull out the session and go through some of the production. The song did indeed start on an acoustic guitar. I chose to go with a very basic $300 Epiphone, and I just recorded that pretty simply through an SM57 going into a Focusrite preamp. So that's kind of my approach to all acoustic guitars. Using my worst one, I layered the acoustic with an electric. I have a Vox AC30, gone through some shit, but it still has like an amazing sound. I have it tucked away into a little nook, and I have an SM57 attached to like an arm stand. I would extend the arm as far as I could to reach the amp because I was too lazy. It's like a foot away from the amp, and it's crazy because the tone came out really unique. So them together, acoustic and electric. By going through an amp as opposed to going DI with my guitars, you can get like fun little feedback things like this. Something I really fell in love with was pedal steel, truly my favorite instrument. I found some samples from a player named Rich Heineman. I have it labeled in here as fake steel. It is real, but it's like he wasn't in the room with me. Little moments like that, little moments like this. Obviously, I wanted to dive a little deeper in the spirit of this project, like I was talking about, recording a bunch of live instruments. I needed a real pedal steel. Very lucky enough to meet one of my all-time goats in music, Daniel Lanois. He's a solid guy and obviously one of the best pedal steel players in the world, one of the craziest producers I've ever met, and just a great guy, a dear friend of mine at this point. And I actually lied and I told him the song wasn't mine because I was so nervous, because I was like, yeah, this is just like a song for somebody else. He really liked it and he's like, oh, this reminds me of Queen, this is great. And he'd instantly put his pedal steel playing shoes on, started going crazy on this. And then later on in the day, just to wrap that story up, I was like, by the way, I lied to you, this song is mine and thank you for playing on it. The song was originally 1 minute and 40 seconds. This song now runs 2:45. This guy did so much crazy shit on the pedal steel. I'm like, I have to literally double this song to make it work. I have two stems in here. One's called Lanois Steel, which is just directly him playing, and one's called Pedal Group. Resampled it with a bunch of effects to get different vibes. So this is just the straight up Lanois Steel group. This one coming up is a signature Lanois. No one's playing like that. No one's playing like that besides him. You can literally hear him clicking the pedal on the steel. It's just such a beautiful texture just tucked in there. So that's my boy Harag. A little guitar lick here and there. Baritone we added in the second verse, which is so crucial. And it's really funny because I went this deep on guitars and there's literally just one bass in the song and it's just a basic bass. And yeah, that went DI. We recorded that at Harag's house. My dear friend that I work on a lot of music with, he helps me make my silly little ideas sound good. So we recorded this bass at his house. I think we used a Gibson Grabber. We really leaned into distortion for these guitars. The UAD Raw, I think it's similar to a Rat distortion. Send everything to this. The keys. I used a Korg SV1, which is behind me. It's kind of like a stage piano, an electric stage piano, to add organ. I use it to add a piano. One piece that I absolutely love when I did this, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, we got something here, you guys. I have this vintage synth. It's called the Casio CZ 5000. The best part about it is you can turn them all to mono and you can put a glide on and it just glides so seamlessly in between notes. a lot of voice notes just off my iPhone. One of the pianos I have in here, it's called Key Fills, was just me messing around on a grand piano. Just kind of stretch it and quantize it in here off a voice note to get it to sound like this. The vocal chop. So that was a little sample I chopped up from a choir I'd worked with years ago. Obviously leaned into some crazy distortion on that too. The raw. Come on. So the drums, I actually used a lot of samples and I like placed them to make it feel like it was a live drummer. But then it got to a point where I'm like, this feels like a live drummer, but it doesn't sound like one. It's called two of my boys. Nico, he's a drummer in a band called New Friends. They're great. My buddy Noah Morata, fellow Italian paisan of mine, who does a lot of engineering with the same band, New Friends and beyond. Noah engineered the drums for this session. Nico played them. Sounds great. Big one here. Pretty much, I had written the drum part and I got him to follow what I did. So these are all the drums together. I had another voice note. This was me in a writing session. The door was open that day. There was like wind coming in the room. We were playing a bunch of instruments. We were talking, we were singing. Just singing melodies, talking. Yeah, because look, originally I had this me talking. Pitch it up a little bit to get it in key with the song. It's such an important texture. It really gives this song a vibe. And when we were mixing it, I kept telling the mix engineer, I'm like, turn the voice note up. And he did. God bless him. Al Carlson from New York. It really feels like it was something that was intentionally recorded for the song, but it wasn't. Saxophone at the end of this song. Brother, my bandmate's great player, his name's Evan Porter. Being the tasteful, professional man he is, he's like, honestly, this song doesn't need much sax. It just needs this one thing at the end. So the last thing to talk about in here is the vocals. I'm gonna have to gatekeep it a bit. That's why I pulled up the stems, not the session. I don't want you seeing all my plugins. But I have had a lot of people, which is so meaningful to me and it makes me so happy, ask me about the vocals. The two tones I really wanted to dial in and make my own fingerprint sonically were guitars and vocals. I really, truly do just record in my bedroom on an SM7B going through a cloud lifter. I have the window open in my room. I live on one of the busiest streets in Toronto. There is like so much noise that makes its way into my recordings. There is literally a car horn in this song. When I got this master back, there was a bunch of like white noise and I was asking them why. They're like, there's a very high noise floor on your stuff. I don't really know how you recorded it, but that's probably how. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. Window open, bedroom studio in Toronto. I think you left the light on in my eyes, yeah. Hilarious, you can hear the click so loudly. My friend Harag, who I mentioned earlier, the beauty of our relationship is he definitely makes my janky recordings sound better than they should. The backgrounds and the doubles is really where I think I found the tone for this. Back there, I think I felt something strange. I don't say anything at all, yeah. So yeah, that's really where the sauce comes. These two things together sound like this. I think you left the light on in my eyes, yeah. And there's the car horn, guys. It's crazy. And actually, it's in key somehow. It works so perfectly. I really don't want to give away, you know, my full vocal chain because I'm really proud of this and I don't want, you know, out of like the 5 people that watch this, one person to go steal it. I will say that I use a very unique chorus effect that really spreads and actually delays the vocals. And that kind of gives it this like spacey, choiry effect. I threw that on every double for this song and songs to come, and even Ladybug, a song of mine that's already out. I'll give you one bone here. It's a free plugin by Valhalla. It's called Space Modulator. There's a preset on it called Nightclubbing, and it does a really good job of also chorusing and spreading stuff out. So I use that on my background vocals. This is what the backgrounds sound like. Again. This last time was just an ooh, following the chords toward the end of the song. Sounds like this. So this is all the vocals together. And you know what, just for fun, I'm gonna throw the voice note in here as well, so you can hear how the voice note's interacting with all this.
And I didn't have to try it all. And that night outside the laundromat, we reclined our seats, you opened up to me. We cried and cried and cried.
Voice note.
But you didn't have to cry at all.
Like I said, really proud of the sound here. I would encourage everyone to experiment with really pushing basic effects on your vocals, like chorus and spreaders, things that just like take it beyond the classic, what you'd expect. I think in pop music, we're trained to think that a vocal has to be super clean and down the middle. Yeah, listen to this fucking song, for the love of God. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys listen to the song. And I hope you have a great day while you're